Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video we're going to be talking about airplant care, and their scientific name also known as Tillandsia, and they're one of the easiest plants to take care of, and they're the most pest free in my opinion, just because they don't need to deal with all the soil issues as many people are converting to leca these days. As long as you nail some of the tips that I'm going to give you in today's video, like watering, sunlight, and many other tips, you'll be able to nail your Tillandsia and you're going to be able to take complete care of it. And this video was recommended by one of you, and you know who you are, so thank you. And if you have any other suggestions for videos, I just want you to know that feel free to comment down below and I'll tell you if I can do that or not. As always, I did forget to tell you guys to make sure to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. And yeah, thank you for subscribing if you did already. Quick disclaimer, I did want to tell you that I do not own any air plants in my collection at this point in time because I killed half of my collection by putting them direct light situations outdoors, and obviously you should not be doing that because even though Tillandsias grow on trees outdoors, they are always shaded by tons of leaves that do not fall throughout the year, so they're not going to be exposed to any direct light situations. It's always going to be in the shade. So I killed half of my plants and they died because I thought I would water them every day, but I did not. And the other half of them, they died because I went on a long vacation to Florida and then I didn't water them. I don't know what I was thinking at that time. I also wanted to let you know that there will be little clips over here that will help you visualize what to do with your plant as well. Now that I'm done with all that FYI information, let's just jump right into the video and let's start out with sunlight. And that's one of the most important things that you need to do to your air plant to keep it happy. If you live in one of those regions where they are originated from, like Mexico, Caribbean, or South Florida, then you can definitely keep them outside and in a bush or in some shade, like I don't know, like a little shady area outside where it's not going to get any direct light, or maybe some morning light if that's possible, but make sure where you live it's going to be no winter, snow, frost, freezers, or anything like that, and it's going to stay relatively warm all year round. Typically with houseplants, most of us want to do is keep them indoors, and I can't really tell you where to keep it because everyone's situations are different, and maybe you have a south facing window that has covered by like a humongous tree, so it's basically equivalent to a north facing window sunlight. So I can't tell you where to keep it, but it all really comes down to how much you want to water. So if you're willing to water a lot, like once or every at least 3 days, then you should keep it. You can keep it up close to a south facing window, but if you want to water lower amounts, you can definitely keep them a couple feet away from that south facing window as well. But it really comes down to your watering, but they are not low light houseplants, so definitely have to give them some light. You can definitely put them outside in a shady area in the summertime if you do live somewhere that is cold, but you do have to keep on top of that watering. If you're going to keep yours outside, I would go ahead and water every 2 days, and that might not be enough for the heat that you have in your area. And what I'm telling you is, I don't know, you know, your sunlight. After you've checked what type of lighting you have to check if your air plant is asking for it or not, and you can tell that by looking at its leaves. And you could see that if there's a little powdery substance, I'll just go ahead and water. And there's 2 ways to water, and the first way is by using a mist bottle and just saturating the plant, and then you could just leave it where it is. And if you have your air plant mounted, that's the typical way you would water. So I just take a mist bottle and mist it, but this will have to happen more often because your plant has less time to soak in the water and it's going to evaporate much faster. This is my favorite way of watering. This is to just take a bowl of water, and depending on your lighting situation, I would just flip it upside down, making sure to not cover the crown, and then let it soak up the water for about an hour. And you would have to repeat this way more often, and of course just water after a couple of days or whenever your air plant's asking for it. Usually are not that picky about their water they get, but you could definitely heat up your water so some of that chloramine and chloramine or some of the minerals in the water can evaporate, or you can let it sit out for 24 hours. And this is not the most efficient way, but I think it's better than nothing. I live in North Carolina. My water hardness is 23, but definitely check your water hardness, and if it's too high, then definitely don't water your plants with it. But I think 23 is a pretty good watering softness to water with, and my plants do fine. But I do tend to microwave or use filter water to water my plants, even though I do have soft water here. So definitely the softer your water, the better is for it. And if you can find rainwater, that is the best. It'll go absolute bonkers for it. If you've put them into a bucket upside down, I would take them and then I would lay them on a paper towel with their leaves like this, and then there should be a video that should be showing you, and then that'll just let the water go out. And the worst thing that you want to do to your thing is let the water go into the crown, because then that'll lead to issues that are irreversible, and that's just not good. Another thing that goes hand in hand with air plant watering is fertilizer, because you can add fertilizer about once a month or whenever your air plant specific fertilizer reads into the water that you're using, just to help your air plant grow, because air plants are relatively slow growers. Those Tillandsia xerographicas that you find that are the most common types of air plants that I see, the size they are, it takes about 6 to 7 years even in the wild to actually get to that size. There's plenty of good air plant fertilizers on Amazon. I'll definitely link some down below just to help you guys out a little bit. And so definitely fertilize, but it's not mandatory. I never fertilized mine. I never even knew that you can fertilize air plants until like a couple of months ago. So yeah. And like many houseplants, they do come from pretty humid areas, but it's not like soggy humid like the rainforest. So I would definitely give them humidity, and I'll just show you how close to a humidifier you should keep them. Okay, now here's a beautiful picture of my humidifier and my plants you're going to be seeing for a while. And the first instant is going to be when you keep it right next to the humidifier. And that's obviously not good because they're going to be getting all soggy and stuff. And that's really not what you want. Now next is kind of in the middle, but not really close to it as well. And this is a pretty okay place you can keep it at, and it's not going to cause any harm. And this is fine. This is the best place you can keep them, which is like a little farther away, but still humidity is falling on the plant, which is towards the end of the humidifier. And this is where you're going to be keeping it well balanced and not too much humidity and not too little humidity. And hopefully this kind of helps clear up how much humidity you should give it, but it's not 100% accurate advice. Especially because Tillandsias don't grow in soil, they can't withhold, and they can't soak up the water exactly when they need it. They're going to completely rely on you watering it, especially if they're inside. So definitely giving that humidity will definitely help them stay plump and keep living. That must have been a lot of information, and I also want to wrap up today's video just because I don't want to scare all you beginners out there into not getting into Tillandsia, just because Tillandsia are relatively easy care houseplants and they don't require much work from your hide as well. So they're relatively easy care houseplants as long as you stay on top of sunlight and watering and humidity here and there. But those are the main, and fertilization as well, like most house plants. But Tillandsia don't require it, you don't need it. I never fertilized mine, so I didn't stress it as much in this video, but other people might stress it, so I'm just saying it as well. See you guys next time. Bye.